take one. We're preparing the. Okay, a little bit of garlic salt. This is how we get that what? Mud flavor out. People. Oh, catfish hat.
This is Uncle Jerry's catfish.
Right on for you, Anna, baby.
Catfish recipe.
Pour some salt in there, people.
Salt and vinegar.
Warm water, a little bit of salt.
Warm water.
Stir it up a tad bit. Right on. Okay.
He's got to drink his beer.
Drinking the beer.
Drinking the beer.
Gotta have beer and catfish. They go hand in hand, people. Beer and catfish.
That's right. Look at that.
Mmm.
Mmm.
Now, what we're gonna do, people, tonight is first up, Mr. Catfish we caught tonight, perfect pan size.
Yes.
Now, first thing we do, our channel cat, chop the tail. Okay. Now, I know it seems cruel, people, but it's not. Okay. No. If you notice, it's starting to bleed. Okay. Now, don't, people, you analyze people out there, don't freak. Okay, it gave its life for what it's doing. Now what we're doing is we're called bleeding it out. Okay? I know it seems cruel, but you all eat beef and nuggets. What do you think they do to cows? Okay, now what we're doing now, showing the blood in there. See how the blood's coming out?
Yep.
You can zoom it to me.
I am.
So what we're doing, you can unzoom. Notice the blood coming out, people. We're putting this warmer water on it, so that blood don't coagulate. We're holding it up also. Okay. It's not waste water, everybody. Wasting water is not cool. Now what we're doing is we're called bleeding it out. Okay? All that blood's dripping out of there. This is a time-proven method, people, of cleaning catfish. You want catfish to taste not that muddy flavor, you cut that tail off and that main vein runs through there. Okay? Notice that blood's coming out. Just kind of give a little bit of a help. Little help there. See, now it's coming out more. Now you don't want that blood to coagulate, so you get a little bit of warm water. Get that blood going, kind of help him out a little bit. Okay. Now Mr. Whiskers is cool about it, he don't care. Hold it up for gravity, see that blood still coming out, and then all that blood out of it. That blood gives it that mud flavor. Okay, we don't want to, now this is perfect size almost, okay, very good size. Too big of a catfish, it don't taste as well. We come back down here. Okay, we're getting the blood out. Now, get a lot of that blood out. Now, what we're going to do next, we're going to take Mr. Whiskers. Always have a good pair of catfish pliers. I need a new one. Now, you can use any knife, but I find these to work really good because they're heavy. Kind of dorsal fins. Kind of chop that puppy, get right along the bone there.
Looks like he's swimming.
He's still bleeding out. Get a little bit slippery here. He's a regular knife, but I like to chop it off.
Help!
Okay, that's done. Now, here's one of the most important things when you clean your catfish. And you go ahead and come here. You can go whatever way you want to do. Take your pliers, take a sharp knife. Always have to have a sharp knife. Come right here. See right where that fin is? Get right underneath that sunbuck. Okay? Just kind of follow it down. Look at that. See? You come right on off. There. Boom. Done. 2 minutes. Okay, now you've got optional. You can take these two fins and just do both of them at a time. Okay? I can take one at a time. You're just popping them off. Letting them flop around a little bit so that blood's going down. Okay? Then go ahead and hold him up so you use the weight of the fish. These little ones are great because they you know, it's easier to cut them when you're going against gravity there. Okay, kind of cutting that up like that. Then what we're going to do? Now it's option. Watch the fin. I'm into a fin. Sunbuck. Now you can take this off if you want. It's no big deal. Next thing you do is kind of hold him down there. You take your knife and just kind of right along the edge here. See. That's why it's real important to have a good, clean knife. Good, sharp knife. Kind of go a little bit deep. Okay. Then, you take where this bone is, you go right past that bone. You just kind of cut there. Okay. Just kind of cut a little bit here. Okay. Go right along the belly now. It's the easiest part. Take it from the corner up here. Okay. Now, Just kind of grab that skin. Just kind of roll it back. Roll it back. Okay, you're rolling it back. Okay. There you're done. Boom. Go back on the other side. Do the same thing. Now the easier one, these little ones are easier. Now you can just pull it all up. A lot of times it's easier to roll. See how quick that was? Okay, then that's where that guy comes in handy again. Just kind of cut a little bit, pop it, pull the head off. Take your finger. Just kind of go like that. Get all that out of there. Okay, getting all that out of there. Get you some water. You get all that gray area. Now, if you want to get some of that gray off, you just kind of scrape it. Then,
show us where the guts were, Jerry.
Okay, the guts were in here. This is that main vein, people, I'm telling you about. Okay, now you thought all that blood was out of there. It ain't. Now watch this. See where that blood coagulated? Now, go ahead and just kind of squeeze all that blood. See how blood's coming out of there?
Yeah.
Look at that.
We see that,
See?
Jerry.
A lot of that gets in. Look at that. That's perfect size, people. Perfect size. Kind of squeeze it again. Clean her up a little bit. Okay. See how quick that was? Look how quick that was. Okay. Kind of hold it up again, squeezing that bone, and you'll see that blood coming out of there. See? Then you just take that puppy, rinse off a little bit, dip her right in here, let it soak in there for a little bit.
That's your salt and water and vinegar.
Exactly. Take the head and all that.
And it's warm.
Okay, he's still alive. Okay. That took what, 2 minutes? Pretty quick. Number 2 comes up. Here we go, number 2. Chop. Notice that blood, people. Sometimes you gotta chop them a couple times. Make a mess if you have to.
The scenes in this movie are graphic. So, please get your children away from the TV.
Yes. Do not let them watch this video. Clean the blood up a little bit because it'll splatter.
It's PG-16.
Just like if you're killing your in-law, it'll splatter.
PG-16.
Now, notice that blood, people. Look at that blood coming. Now, watch this. So what you do is you're holding him up. Look at all that blood coming out of there.
Look at that.
See, it's coagulating. It's not coagulating.
Look at that, peeps.
What you want to do, see, you give a little bit, because that vein runs from here down through there. That's their main vein. Okay?
The heart's pumping that stuff out of there.
Yes. Now, can't see. That's. Look at that. See, all that blood's got to drip out of there. And what you do is you just kind of run it through it a little bit so don't coagulate along the tail. Okay? Right? Catfishing, made easy. Cleaning catfish is pretty easy, people. There's a lot of different methods. Right. I found this method to work a lot better. The blood gets a lot cleaner. Catfish tastes a lot better. Now what we want to do is see how I just kind of hold him here and his blood's pumping out of there, it's dripping down. Get that water on him, shake it out a little bit. Now it depends on how much you want that blood to drip. The bigger they are, obviously, there's going to be a lot more blood that's going to drip out. Now, if you keep that blood in there and you cook them, you get kind of that mud flavor. We don't want the mud flavor. Mud flavor's out.
Say it again.
Mud flavor's out.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Now, kind of shake around. Always sharpen your knife. Always got to have a sharp knife for the catfish. Catfish cleaning, you got to have a sharp knife. You don't have a sharp knife, quit wiggling. Always control your fish, keep wiggling. Okay, a little bit more there, get that blood out. Now, you don't always have to go in that order. Okay. I've always found it easy to get you a good pair of pliers and go right below that. See, look at that. Pops right off.
If you're just now joining us, we are cleaning catfish
now,
with Uncle Jerry.
Here's the other way to do it. as I've got this vein here, I can go ahead and instead of taking these out individually, there's another method you can do. Just go right on up the belly. You just kind of get underneath them. See? Just like that.
You're holding that fin.
See? That way you don't have to cut it twice. You can get her done a little bit quicker. See? If you're in a jam, you can do it a lot quicker. See? Now, there again, you hold it up. Let some of that blood drain out. You notice the guts, don't worry about that. It's okay. Take your main. Now, if you want to do it by the knife method, you go out and under. Okay? Now, some people don't even bother pulling this off. You don't have to if you don't want to. It comes off pretty easy. You can do it either way. Sometimes I like to take the chopper and do it. You notice there again, I'm sharpening my knife. I always want to have it sharp, see? Now, this is the tricky part. You come down like this. Take your knife and just kind of put a little bit of slice there, a little bit of slice here, and then you just come down, put him in water, again he's bleeding, just come down through that main back area, just kind of cut along that lateral line, see? Doesn't matter how deep you go. I've been doing this for 30-some years, people. I've been doing it for a long time, but it's easy to do. See, you just come up there, get your knife in there, go all the way down. Okay. Now,
just basically cutting the skin.
Basically cutting the skin. You're just
right down the
down, and then you always come from this corner. Now, you can sit there and just do a one rip, but a lot of times it's easier just to walk it. I call it walk of the skin. Sometimes it's easy, depends on where they come from. It's called walk of the skin. Peels right off. See? Put it in a trash can. Do the same thing here. Walk the skin. Walk it. You don't have to. You can rip it if you want to. That's cool. Whatever you want to do. Now, biggest thing is, now you can do two ways. You can just snap it. The little ones you can usually just snap. See, snaps right apart. Now the bigger ones, what you want to do is you want to cut it. Okay. Then you want to take your thumb and get all that shit, that stuff out of there. Okay. You want to get all that, see that stuff in there? Just pull it right there. Pull it out. Okay. Now, some of them, depending on where they're from, okay, there again you got, look at that, see that blood coming out of there? You're pushing that blood, you're pushing down this way. Putting your thumb right here, see that vein? That's your main vein right there, all that blood's coming out of there, see? Hold it up, look at that, see how that blood comes out? You're using this thumb here and you're pushing. Whatever's left of it, then you're pushing this way up. And that blood just flows right on out of that main vein right there. Then, like I said, some people like the gray area there. If you don't, you can just take a knife, just scrape it off. No big deal.
Show us that gray area, Jerry. Give us a good shot.
See, that's all in there. And then here's that main vein right here. See, this is that gray stuff. See, you can scrape it off easily. You can just roll it off. Some people like to leave that on there. It don't really matter to me. Okay. I always have copious. There we go. See how that blood came on and out, guys? See how it, what you do is now watch. It'll hold, and then now watch. It'll come gushing out. See? See how I put the thing on there and how that blood comes out? Put some more warm water. Warm water will get that blood. See? Warm. See how it starts to coagulate around the tail? When you kind of go around here, get a little bit. Now watch. Hold her up for gravity. Push. Now, when that starts getting clean like that, then you know, whoa, that catfish is pretty clean. See how that blood's still coming out of it? Okay. So we can get all that nasty out.
A good trick for...
Hold them up there again. See how much more blood after I push it and pull it? See, look at all that more blood coming out of it. That's what gives it that nasty flavor, that mud moss flavor. Okay, you're squeezing a little bit more.
The more blood you get out, the more the mud flavor you get out of it.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's why the final stage here, if you notice, this is the catfish we put earlier. It got a little bit hard on it. See, it kind of stiffens up a little bit in that vinegar and salt. Now, what you want to do, even in that vinegar and salt, if you notice, you still got a little bit of blood in there. What that does is, look at the water now. It's pulling some of that stuff out of there. It's pulling that moss flavor and all that other stuff out of there. In other words.
Yeah.
Now I use a little bit of salt, vinegar, and garlic. You know, I like a little bit of garlic in there. And then what you do is see how it seems like it's roughed up, but it's not. See? Then you just leave them soaking in there. If you notice, see, look how much more blood after that. See how it's pulled more of that blood out of there? Put it in there. You just thought all that blood was out, but it wasn't. See, and that's why you get that mud, nasty moss flavor. See. Then we'll let them soak, and then what we'll do is we'll change the water. See, it's pretty easy to do. Now, a lot of times, if you want, is find out what your catfish are eating at the lake that you're doing. A lot of times, just fill the stomach. If you feel a lot of crawdads in there, then you know probably use crawdads. If you feel a frog in there. Smaller ones, you obviously it's going to be full of liver if you're using liver. So this also gives you an idea of what channel cat, where you're fishing at, what they eat. Okay. And the best thing with channel cat is all channel cat don't eat the same thing at the same lake. I've been fishing for channel cat for 30-some years, and each pond, each lake's different. Hell, if you use a lot of soap on a thing, they'll eat soap. If you use liver, they'll eat liver. A lot of times, liver's a universal bait. BJ, all that crap's out. I don't believe in artificial baits. All right. Channel cat are a pretty neat creature, but if you get that blood and stuff out of there, I'm telling you, they will. They taste pretty good. You can saute them, you can fry them, bake them. You know. Now it's Chuck's turn to clean his fish.